There's huge news for people who must have insulin. Drug maker Eli Lilly, under pressure to make diabetes treatments more affordable, announced that it's voluntarily cutting the cost of most of its most used insulin products by 70%. Fox 4's Lori Brown is live in Dallas with a look at the significance of this move. Lori.
Clarice, experts say that this price cut is a big deal and that other drug makers will likely follow. The motive, well, it could be a way for companies to self-regulate rather than have the government stepping in.
I think it's about the biggest news in insulin in 100 years. There's 3 companies that have been controlling the marketplace for about a century, and you have one of the 3 who's come out and said they're going to lower the list price of a couple of the most popular insulin products that Americans take by about 70% voluntarily.
Paul Seegert, managing partner of PCS Advisors, a health insurance consulting firm, says the move by Eli Lilly to dramatically cut costs will inevitably lead to the other 2 major insulin makers following suit.
They are also going to release a cheaper kind of copycat version of one of the other 2 companies' products that will be at a 78% discount to what it is available at currently. So it's a big shakeup.
When Congress passed the Inflation Reduction Act, it capped insulin prices for Medicare beneficiaries.
It only helped 50% of diabetics. So we left half, many millions of people, without that kind of safety net. So this is going to be this will affect the whole group more broadly in a very positive way.
Seegert says the move has been a long time in coming.
There's enough pressure just culturally right now, and maybe finally, there's enough media attention on the issue of affordability of insulin in this country. There's enough talk about it. Administration after administration, and the last few have talked about it.
The motive, perhaps not solely altruistic. After all, insulin has been around 100 years.
And I think you have a dynamic that's similar to how the movie industry decided to regulate themselves in a way and say, hey, we're going to come up with our own rating system so that others don't do it for us.
The price cuts go a step further than some have called for.
A lot of talk about capping the cost of insulin, and really most of those things, we heard President Biden talk about it recently in his State of the Union, most of those conversations are around capping the copay, and they address the total cost. Sometimes that can backfire in this part of our economy, because if the consumer is if they're only responsible for a small portion of the cost in a copay, then oftentimes the vendor, whether it's a manufacturer or a provider, they can increase the cost kind of quietly that's being paid for by the insurance companies, by your insurance premiums, and then at renewal your costs go up.
One of the most important outcomes, hopefully an end to people rationing the insulin they need but can't afford.
And when people aren't adhering properly to a course of treatment, it often ends up leading to larger problems. So they end up in the ER, they end up in the hospital because they didn't do that thing that they could have done on a daily basis that would have prevented that because of cost.
Eli Lilly is also planning to reduce the price of another insulin product it sells from $82 a vial to $25 starting May 1st. Clarice.
Lori Brown live. Thank you.